my gosh, I'm so excited for this. So today I'm watching one of my favorite movies, Rango. And in the day, or I guess night I'm recording this is on the 10th anniversary of this movie. For some reason I just love watching movies on the anniversary of their release date, so I decided to watch Rango on its 10th anniversary and decided to film it. I feel like even though Rango was popular with the critics and I think it did pretty well at the box office and it even won an Oscar for Best Animated Feature, I find it very strange that this movie has just faded into obscurity. And since we're watching a movie about a town who's in desperate need of water, I would recommend staying hydrated during this video. I am so ready for this. Let's go. I know I'm only 30 seconds in this movie, but I need to praise something. Hans Zimmer had no right to go that hard on the score for the main title or opening title. Seriously, it is so catchy.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy your low-calorie popcorn and assorted confections.
So, were low-calorie food items a thing a decade ago? Like a huge thing like veganism is now, or keto diet or whatever? I vaguely remember seeing low-calorie commercials and advertisements everywhere around the time this movie came out. Is that supposed to be a reference to that? I barely remember it, and I think it was a thing, or maybe it was just like some fever dream I had. I don't know.
Hark! Who goes there? 'Tis I, the much anticipated hero.
Inigo Montoya and Wesley are shaking at the presence of Rango right now.
People, we've talked about this.
Acting is reacting.
Victor, you were wooden. There, I said it.
I think that was a thing as well when this movie came out. I was in, I want to say 3rd grade when this movie was released. Again, I vaguely remember my classmates doing the little box thing. Was it just us or did other people do it? There's bound to be someone else who knows about the low calorie and the box thing, right? I can't be the only one. Hola.
What are you doing? That tickles. Are those real? That's it. Conflict.
This is the first reminder of the movie to stay hydrated.
The spirit of the West, amigo. They say he rides an alabaster carriage with golden guardians to protect him.
Did you guys know that's Alfred Molina? I think during my last watch I was paying close attention to the credits and it credited Alfred Molina as Roadkill the armadillo, and I was like, wait a damn minute. I gotta say, he's really good with accents.
Highly sophisticated friends. I was very popular.
Friends? I don't see no friends.
Well,
He has a point. He has a point.
Pull my finger. The spirit is waiting for me.
They could have easily done that joke, and even Rango was aware of it, and I'm so happy they didn't. It's just too easy and too lowbrow.
I am leaving the road now. I'm walking
into the desert. Alone.
I will see you on the other side.
Why, do you have friends there? That's a knee slapper. That's a knee slapper of a reference right there.
But the lizard? He's going to die.
I love the fact that the owls have mustaches. I don't know why. I think it's great.
Too late.
No, it's not too late. I'm blending. I'm a blender.
I guess you can say he's a, I don't know, something blender. Insert Avatar reference right here. His head is bigger than the neck of the bottle and the actual opening. I want to know how that worked. How did he get in there? I don't think I'm supposed to question it, but here I am. The texture and the reflections in the glass, it looks so amazing. As I probably said a billion times in my Happy Feet video, it looks photorealistic. And you will definitely hear me say that a billion more times in this video, because seriously, Rango's visuals are something else, even for today's movies. And people said Perfect Blue's visuals are trippy. Look at this stuff. Okay, that was kind of a joke. Both movies are trippy. But that was just such a cool dream sequence.
Where are your friends now, amigo?
Get your slimy webbed phalanges off
Off
my
my
boots.
Sorry.
Get up real slow. Lesson you want to spend a bit of part of the afternoon putting your face back together.
I love the music when it did that dinner. When he touched her boot, oh my gosh, that's so great. I just love that so much.
Our town is drying up. We're in the middle of a drought.
So is California. Again, apparently. I don't know, it said that on the news today. Didn't we just get out of it a couple years ago?
A monkey got a cracker.
His mother was a flapper.
She'll be coming round the mountain
in
in the
the rain. I want to see that musical.
You are eating his ashes.
Oh, you carry his remains?
No, his ashes. He loved to smoke. They never found the body.
Well, I'm sure he had his reasons.
At a delicate time of my personal development is an affront to my sense of...
Nom de plume, I have a CV handle. I'm actually one of the few men with a maiden name.
Whoa.
I do find it interesting that we never know his real name. When he gets a name, it's Rango, and that was like, what, a half hour into the movie? It makes sense since he's having an identity crisis and he doesn't know who he is, so obviously if he doesn't know who he is, we wouldn't know, so it's cool. It's cool, I like it.
You got funny looking eyes.
You got a funny looking face.
You're a stranger. Strangers don't last long here. I love her. She's like a minor character, but she's great.
Vince! You know that there fella?
You know that they're a failure. Stay hydrated. I love that transition from non-diegetic music to diegetic music, where the music at first isn't existing in the real world, but then it just slowly transitions to the honky-tonk piano in the saloon. That is so cool. I love that. Seriously. Look at that reflection. Oh my gosh. This movie is now a decade old and its visuals haven't aged a day.
Cactus juice. That's what we got.
It's the quenchiest. Ugh, I could finally make an Avatar reference. Okay, I'm content now. Spoke too soon about the fart joke.
What's the matter? You missing your mommy's mangoes?
Not as much as your daddy's cooking!
That's a comeback. That's a comeback. I love that his personality immediately shifts. It's amazing.
You spend 3 days in a horse carcass living off your own juices. It'll change a man.
I am pretty sure Bear Grylls did that at some point. I'm positive.
You might say I'm what hell was already raised up.
Name's Rango. So cool. So cool.
Are you the fella that killed them Jenkins brothers?
Uh-huh. Killed him with one bullet.
Oh, 7 of them.
That's right.
I love the facial expressions in this movie. The characters are animated so well. Seriously, I'm obsessed with this movie. Both like as a movie in general and like technically, it is something else. I'm very glad this movie won an Oscar. It definitely deserved it.
Close out your account, Mrs. Oates. 2 gulps and a swig.
Hands off, Mordecai. That's what's left of your college education.
So, I'm curious. In this movie's universe, their currency is water. What's their economy like if their currency is one of the basic necessities for life? I guess they have to deal with a drought and a, what, stock market crash? I don't know much about econ. I'm taking a class for it for my senior year right now, and I don't know much, but I guess I have to give the class credit for making me think about the stuff. Huh. Because seriously, being in Rango's universe, that would be a terrible economy, wouldn't it?
That's only 6. What happened to number 7?
Hell. He
He
died
died
of
of
infection.
infection. Now that's improv. It's little moments like that in this movie where the visuals and music just line up perfectly. Ugh. Rango is so well made. Holy crap. There is no possible way a singular feather can bend to push buttons like that. I'm just saying. I know I'm supposed to suspend my disbelief, but I'm just saying. Why does that licorice look so good? I want licorice right now. That is so clever. Oh my gosh, this movie's writing is amazing. I can't believe it wasn't nominated for like best screenplay or something. Just animated feature.
Sinking deeper into the guacamole of his own deception.
When is he going to die?
Soon, compadre. Soon. Sinking in the guacamole of his own deception. Can't believe it wasn't nominated for best screenplay. That's a cool shot. Rango, oh my, that's cool. That's cool. How is that water not live action? Oh my gosh, look at that. That shot looks live action. This animated movie came out 10 years ago.
Vintage rainwater from the Great Deluge. Not Noah's deluge. Good heavens, I'm not that old.
Fun fact, this movie taught me what a deluge is. It means flood.
I guess power has its privileges.
But with privilege comes responsibility.
They were trying so hard to not say with great power comes great responsibility. I guess not to get sued by Sony, but seriously, they were like that close to saying it.
They believe it's going to be better. They believe that the water will come.
There can be miracles when you believe. I have another fun fact. The voice of the mayor in this movie, I forgot the voice actor's name, but he also voices Lotso in Toy Story 3. It's kind of strange how he played two animal twist villains in two different animated movies in the span of a year. Kind of iconic, I'll be honest.
Now remember, son,
stay in school, eat your veggies, burn everything but Shakespeare. That is such a great line. Burn everything but Shakespeare. If we were in Fahrenheit 451, the quote would be, now remember, son, stay in school, eat your veggies, burn everything.
That's just what Amos said.
Amos?
Poor Mr. Cellophane. That is such a great moment. Him shuddering and everything. Oh my gosh.
Now I believe I figured something out. You folks have a water problem.
Ugh, his mega mind. Now that is a fit. That is a look. From the extreme close-up of the spur, and then it pans to the bottom like of his boots, and then it kind of like pans up to the whole outfit. That is such a great shot.
What? Not you again.
I stand corrected.
Whoa, Dr. Mars, I'm on fire. Embrace me.
Are those wanted posters of Bad Bill and what, Rattlesnake Jake? I have never noticed that. I think that's such a cool detail.
I want a urine sample from everyone and get me a latte. Don't mix up the two.
I will admit, the one thing I don't like about this movie is the gross out humor. When I said earlier that the movie didn't make that obvious pull my finger joke, and then they make two fart jokes later, like really? And there's also just a bunch of talk about like bodily fluids and excrement, especially from Rango, and I think it's so weird. However, that line he just said, it was funny. It was funny.
Now,
We ride. This music is so good.
where are we going?
Okay, that is definitely the best joke in the movie. It just
Sheriff, you're gonna bring that water back, aren't you?
Count on it, little sister.
she's adorable. Another great shot. Look at that. It looks amazing. As much as I love that shot, I've had a question about it for years, and the movie never answers it. What animal is that? Obviously, it's not Rattlesnake Jake, because even though he's larger than the main cast, he's not that big. What kind of animal lives underground and is ginormous compared to a chameleon, an owl, a crow? I've been wanting to know the answer for years, and the only time we ever get to see that animal is that shot of the eye. But I just want my questions to be answered.
Whoa! I got it. Snuff out them torches.
I just genuinely can't believe this isn't live action. This background right here was made by computers. It seriously has not aged a day. We love animation that ages like fine wine.
I suppose we should bury him.
I don't know. Birds gotta eat too.
Circle of life.
he's not wrong. Look at that shot. How is it not live action? How? How? Sparkly blue electric guitar. We love to see it. We love to see it. Again, freaking, oh my gosh, this movie's visuals are a masterpiece. I've always been confused by, I guess, the proportions of these animals. All these animals can hold a bean, like a single bean, with their two hands. And their hands are freaking tiny for that bean. And yet there's discussions of coughing up an entire Dalmatian and seeing a human spinal cord, and then again the huge eye. I don't understand if these animals are small enough to hold a bean with their two hands or be large enough to eat an entire Dalmatian. Again, another unanswered question I have. I don't get it. I don't.
But he only appears to those who have undertaken an epic quest and have made it to the other side.
That's such a cool way to visualize the spirit of the West.
What are you going to do about Rattlesnake Jake?
What? Where?
It doesn't make sense. Rango, who is prey, looks down. He thinks he's seen a predator. Why would the prey be larger than the predator? What is the size of these characters? In real life, a chameleon is about the size of a rattlesnake. Why is Rango looking down? Even though Rattlesnake Jake is like so much bigger than him, it's just a nitpick I have.
Jake, you mean my brother?
Your brother?
That's what I said!
But he's a snake and you're a lizard.
Well, Mama had an active social life.
I'd like us all to join hands for a moment, say a few words to the spirit of the West.
It's not every day when you see a PG animated movie have an established economy and religion for this fictional world. It's interesting. I like it.
You ever feel like those things are looking at you?
That's a Spanish dagger, but around here we just call them the walking cactus.
I always thought those Spanish daggers were called the walking cactus. Even if you look it up, walking cactus, yeah, it will say walking cactus Rango, but if you actually search it up, there's no information about it, just regular cacti. And now I'm realizing the line is around here we call them the walking cactus. So yeah, it's only the locals in that fictional world who call them the walking cactus. Can't believe it took me that long to realize the walking cactus isn't a real name for those plants. Oh my gosh.
Night after night I watched him. I never saw him move.
But you're still watching.
Who didn't want to find someplace wonderful?
Such a great line. Oh my gosh, this screenplay is amazing. I think that's my favorite line in the movie.
There's someone special in your life, Rango?
Oh, well, there used to be, but she couldn't keep her head.
Great callback. Great callback.
You did it, son!
Well, actually, happy about that water. There's something I got to tell you.
Hush up now.
I really like that they foreshadow that there's no water in the jug, so that when it's actually revealed, it's like it didn't come out of nowhere. It took me so long to realize that, and this movie has such great little details like that, and I love them. Have you not noticed that? I'm pretty sure that is clearly established in this video.
The stage is set. The princess prepares to take her own life.
I yearn for love.
Another great callback. I love that. And they had programs for the play and everything.
And reach for the line. Reach for the sky!
Iconic. Iconic.
Mama must be the immersive theater.
Let the legendary action sequence commence. This action sequence is so chaotic, and I mean that in the best possible way. You have a bunch of creatures riding on bats, chasing after a bunch of other animals who are wheeling a wagon, I don't know if those are the right words, but whatever, of an empty jug, while the animals on the bats are playing Flight of the Valkyries on banjos. Amazing, spectacular, show-stopping, insert Lady Gaga meme right here. He's just he's just vibing. Rango is just vibing. That's another one of my favorite jokes in the movie. I love it. I love seeing bizarre concepts like this absolutely work. You have this high-speed action scene with classical music, and it works so well. Just about everything in this movie works so well.
Headache!
Is that all you got?
I can't believe in this movie we see animals die. That one joke in Rango reminds me of this other joke from The Road to El Dorado that's like kind of similar.
I'm okay! I'm still okay!
Except the animal in Rango is not okay by the end.
That wasn't altogether unpleasant.
Look at the... I've seen other Rango videos point this out, but animals reloading a gun with just like that, and then the owl turning his head to avoid getting hit. This movie is genius. I don't want to sound like a broken record compared to other Rango related videos, but it is awesome, and I do want to credit it. When a punch to the face automatically equals romantic chemistry. Awesome shot. The slow-mo and the dirt. Yes, yes. And this whole time they were fighting for nothing.
It can't be. It's empty.
There's no water.
And listen to that sound design. Since the camera, the camera is in the water bottle, all the characters' voices are echoey. That's awesome. I feel like half of this video is just me praising something about Rango, about how amazing its details are.
Then where'd you get this here jug?
That's what I've been trying to tell you, Peppy. I found it in the desert.
Why tarnation did you bring it here?
Look at that, they set it up beforehand. Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
It's a puzzle. It's like a big old mammogram.
Mammogram. Mammogram.
I was hoping you could tell me.
That sounds marginally near to an accusation.
Take it any way you like. Control the water, and you control everything.
That's another really good line, and it kind of just sums up the movie in general. Imagine if it was the tagline of the film. That would be cool.
The frontier town, the lawman, the gunslinger, there's just no place for them anymore. We're civilized now.
Is that how society progressed from the huge boom of Western movies from, I want to say, the 50s to the 70s? I don't know, to superhero movies? Is that why modern Western movies are basically non-existent?
You seem to forget you're just one little lizard.
You seem to forget. I'm the law around these parts.
Cheers to that.
For as long as it hangs there, we got hope.
Let's go. Let's go. Rattlesnake Jake! Amazing. Look at him. That is such a great entrance. Rattlesnake Jake has such an amazing character design. Even his introductory shot where the camera pans out from his eye, his beautifully detailed eye. He has a machine gun as a rattler. He has ammo across his body. He has like a little Wesley style mustache. And he has a little cowboy hat and everything.
But we know better, don't we?
Oh my gosh, that line delivery.
Why don't you just pull your gun and shoot me? But of course you won't need all these.
Jake was able to unload that entire gun except for one bullet with his tail. I really wish he had more screen time, but I guess it makes his scenes all the better.
You got killer in your eyes, son.
I didn't think so.
If I ever see you again, I will take your soul straight down to hell.
I think having this scene shot during a sunset, it's perfect. Having Rango exposed as a liar to the entire town during the sunset, it's so dramatic and it's so amazing. I swear, I don't think any live action is involved, but the sunset, it makes me seriously question it. All the artists and animators and character designers and everyone who was on this movie, like with the visuals, I thank you.
Who are you?
He doesn't answer, because he still doesn't know who he is. And we don't either. We still don't know his real name. Gorgeous, gorgeous shot. You're telling me this isn't live action? This montage, every time I watch it, makes me absolutely speechless. I think the choice of the music, the score for this scene it's kind of interesting. It's not an original soundtrack for Rango, and it wasn't even composed by Hans Zimmer. The score used here is called Finale from a movie called The Kingdom, and it's composed by Danny Elfman. It does match the tone of this montage, and I think it was a good choice. Score is nice, backgrounds are beautiful, montage is great. Overall, yeah. Oh, he found Mr. Timms. Ugh. This scene is kind of haunting. Not even fazed by them. It's like he doesn't really care if he lives or dies. It's pretty haunting, and I'm surprised they actually put this into the movie. They picked up his hat too. Aw, that's sweet. Jeez. I love that it cuts from this dark shot from the middle of the night to this super bright one that is probably happening like in the middle of the day. And as the audience, we're supposed to cringe at it, just like Rango, so we know how he feels. Oh my gosh. Genius. Golden guardians in an alabaster carriage. Love that.
Is this heaven?
Yeah. If it were, we'd be eating Pop-Tarts with Kim Novak.
Okay. Oh, okay, that's it. I have to know who this is. What the? That joke doesn't even make any sense. She wasn't dead when the movie came out, and she's not dead now. What is this? What is this? Props to the movie for shouting out Kim Novak, but the joke doesn't make any sense. Okay.
No man can walk out on his own story.
Exactly. Love that line. Seriously, love that line. Another freaking great line.
Beautiful, isn't it?
I'm not even gonna. You know what I'm gonna say about that. How much do you want to bet that Zero and Stanley hung out in that exact same boat? I absolutely love that the flashback, I guess, filter, you could say. It's like you're seeing it through water. I'm just gonna say this. If you watch this movie and you don't get thirsty, I don't think you're human. And the water still looks that freaking realistic. You want a reference? Here you go. Look at that. Look at that. The medium of animation just never fails to astound me.
By all the fires of the Black Pit, I'll squeeze them pretty brown eyes out of your skull.
Now hold on, chick. There's no need. Let me do my job.
One of my favorite, I don't know how to describe it. I guess it's a cliche, but cliche kind of has like a negative connotation to it. It's when one villain goes way too far and the other villains or just people who are on his side think that even they've gone too far. I don't know, I just love it so much. I can't explain why.
Go to hell.
Where do you think I come from?
Quite possibly one of the best villain quotes I've ever heard. Go to hell. Where do you think I come from? We need more animated and PG movies like this, damn it. That zoom in to focus on the one bullet. Love that. You got this, Rango. You got this.
It only takes
one bullet. You ain't got the nerve. Try me. Those two simple words. He has killer in his eyes that actually scares Rattlesnake Jake. You ain't got the nerve. Try me. I love this movie.
But I think you just swallowed Plan B.
What?
Okay, panic time.
Not Penny's boat. Not Penny's boat.
I tip my hat to you. One legend to another.
He barely touches his hat. He literally just does boop.
The name of the one who saved them. RANGO.
Talk about these credits. I love stylized credits so much. This movie is bloody amazing. Jeez, where to start? In case you don't know already, I'm quite a fan of the visuals. It just blows my mind that this movie came out a decade ago. There's so many other things I love about this movie. The music, of course, by Hans Zimmer is fantastic. My favorite is definitely, the opening title. And I really wish it was on the soundtrack, but it's not. I don't know why, and trust me, I've checked. And Johnny Depp is Rango. I completely forgot Rango is voiced by Johnny Depp until the end of the movie. Johnny Depp, Rango, it's the same person. They're the same person. Rango has some of the best lines in the movie, as well as Rattlesnake Jake. We can't forget to mention Rattlesnake Jake. I seriously wish he had more screen time. He's just that awesome. As for the ending, when the owls say Rango just dies later on in life and not in the movie, even though they're building up to that, I have a little bit of a theory. Rango heavily emphasizes metaphors, so it's possible that when Rango crossed to the other side and he collapsed, I think that could be his old version of himself dying. When he meets the spirit of the West, that could be like in purgatory. And then when he sees Roadkill, the armadillo voiced by Alfred Molina, that's when he becomes his new self. So his old self dies and then his new self becomes reborn.
And Hua Jun did die, for a lie can only live so long. But Mulan lived.
Or when he collapsed, he really did die and the rest of the movie is just purgatory. I don't know. What really surprises me is that even though Rango was successful with the critics, the audience, the Academy Awards, for the most part, people seem to forget about it. It just came and went, and I don't like that. Even Paramount seems to have forgotten that. They haven't made a movie like this since. With these hyper-realistic visuals and dark and mature themes and the main character having an identity crisis, it boggles my mind Nickelodeon produced this, when a year before they produced The Last Airbender. I really love making these types of videos where I just get to ramble on about my favorite movies, even though Paramount or Viacom are probably gonna kill me for using their footage. I mean, me using their footage even though I'm praising it? Ugh, the audacity. If you enjoyed this video, you can comment, like, and subscribe for more movie commentaries and movie reviews. Stay hydrated, and I'll see you later.